Everyday, real-day tips and tricks for using generative AI for everything you do. This is Fourth Gear. I'm in the middle of preparing this presentation for a client and I've been working with Gemini just to create some images to support the narrative I'm building out. And obviously, one of the challenges with anything you're doing around AI artwork is getting that consistency. Now, it's done a pretty good job at this point. I've been very rigorous on the requirements, keep reinforcing requirements on every turn, spelling, numbers, character style, figure style, white background, etc., etc. But it still makes some mistakes. So I thought I would try this because this has been really effective. And I'll try it again live and we'll see what happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to load that broken image back in. And there are several spelling mistakes, obvious spelling mistakes in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to say, review this image based on our agreed requirements. Tell me what you think needs to change. And we'll see what happens. So I tried this once before and did a pretty good job of remembering the requirements. So I've said to it, I want orange highlights. I want a sketchy hand-drawn style. Any characters or figures should be a simple white round head, no facial expressions, no hair, needs to be a white background. And I've said several times to it through the turns, if you're going to use any text, ensure the spelling is correct. And if you're going to use any numbers, don't make them up. Refer to the prompt where that number was provided for. As an example, 68% versus 65%. And so we look in this and we can see ethical AI use spelled incorrectly, bias something should be minimization spelled incorrectly, reskill incorrect, reskill roles is wrong, and so roadmap is wrong. So there are quite a few things in here that just don't make sense when you look at it, and you have to use a very rigorous eye on this. You have to move quickly from being a creative and using the right posture and prompt to correct this text to then really looking in with a very critical eye and going, what doesn't make sense? What is wrong? And so we'll see what happens with this. Okay, then, so let that ran for a few seconds, and you didn't need to sit there and watch it. So this is what it comes back with. Again, using the requirements that we've laid out and generated many, many images today. So here we can say CMO figure head is still the previous shape with hair, not the requested round, bold, white head, orange, which is fine, spelling errors, critical, ethical AI use, bias mitigation, reskill roles, the figure design, looking for consistency. It's had a look at the small figures, make sure that it seems to be okay. We can see the redundant CMO. We can see all the orange highlights that I've asked it for. And we can see again some more spelling errors, education, comprehensive AI roadmap. And you can see it's made the corrections here. So, and it then just summarizes all up what we're going to do. And now we're going to say just, I agree. Please make those changes and re-render. And it'll go off. And again, I'll pause here for a second while it does that because it sometimes can take a few seconds. Okay, so that took a little bit longer. You didn't need to watch there and see all that happen, but it's still useful just to actually just try these things out. So here we go. Just a quick summary of the changes it's made. And then we can see there the revised graphic. I'm just going to put this straight in and we'll do a side-by-side comparison just very quickly so you can see the differences. Obviously, we've lost some of the images that we actually liked quite a lot, but let's just do a quick comparison here. So we think about empowering marketers down here, comprehensive AI roadmap spelled correctly, strategic AI adoption, selection of tools, perfectly fine, policy and governance, responsible, ethical, and secure AI, data privacy, and bias mitigation. Okay, so all those corrections have been made. We've made the change to the character design as well, so we're consistent with the style. And therefore, what we've done is we've really just used Gemini to generate a graphic. We've then put it back in and asked it to critique its own work. And you think about some of the prompt engineering guide work that came out of Google and the team, and some of those examples of how to make it really work. This is such a powerful use case for generative AI, where you can actually synthesize the information yourself, a very good posture, a very good prompt, get some output, put it back in again, and ask it to compare and contrast and assess its own and rate its own work, and then work with you to make those corrections. And then you will agree or not agree on what those pipeline of edits will look like, and you go off and re-render. So super simple. And just keep an eye out for these kind of short videos on what we call fourth gear, which is how we actually use the tools we talk about, how we actually present tools to clients, and how we're using it internally for our own work.